I watch a lot of content on YouTube, and some of it really interesting. But the thing I like the most, I like watching body cameras from cops, police. Um, it's really, really fascinating to see how certain people respond to law enforcement in different situations. Even if somebody's like really sober and not at all like intoxicated on anything, they can still like act very erratically, and it's quite interesting. I don't know how the cops do it. I don't think I'd be able to do it. I'd God, I'd end up tasing everybody. But, I don't know how they have the patience sometimes. But it's like it's crazy. And you think about it, it's scary too. It's a scary line of work. You don't know what the person that you're dealing with is going through. You don't know their mental state. If they give a fuck or not, if you die or live, that sort of thing. And yeah, it's stressful too because you know half the time cops just have to be like counselors to people, and be like talk them down from things like hostage shit, you know, stuff like that, and just like all kinds of crazy stuff they got to deal with, and I couldn't imagine doing it. I really couldn't imagine it, you know. I mean, really, I mean, it's not that I'm very non-confrontational or anything. I'm just very careful. You know what I mean? Because you never know what people are thinking. And that's what these cop videos really taught me. Like if you back somebody into a corner and they really, really don't want to go back to jail, um, they'll do almost anything to get out of it. They'll draw a pistol, shoot the officer. They'll take out a knife, stab the officer, whatever they can do, they'll do it. So people get desperate, and they don't want to go back to jail. And for cops, that's a very stressful, high anxiety, high fear environment, really. And that's why if you ever notice, if you ever get pulled over by a cop, they're always very, you know, uh, not invasive, but like they're very thorough with how they analyze you, how they analyze the car. They look for any immediate danger or threat in the vicinity, and they assess the situation based on what they see and how the person is acting and reacting, really. So it's tough, because you never know. Some people, they can just act like, oh yeah, nothing's wrong, but then the moment the cop turns his back, they try to jump him or something. I mean, crazy shit has happened, right? And I'm not saying it's all the criminals. I mean, sometimes the cops, they're not very nice. Sometimes they overstep their bounds a little bit, and I'm not excusing that whatsoever. But what I am doing is I want to point out that being a police officer is a very difficult thing. And while you never know who you're going to deal with, you have to know how to deal with all kinds of people. You need to know the law inside and out, and that's another thing cops deal with a lot. People think they know the law and they don't. They just don't know. So, but people, they gotta start respecting cops more because they put up with a lot of bullshit. So much actually. That's the thing. That's why I could never do it. I mean, got enough of my own mental problems. Don't need any other people's mental problems affecting me. So basically, that's about it. Respect the police. See ya.